Final weekend of the regular season in women's soccer in the Big East, and inside the Selleck Bowl today, the final game of the regular season. It's the Butler Bulldogs hosting the Creighton Blue Jays. Postseason berths on the line, perhaps for both out of the Midwest Division here on a Thursday afternoon. Butler's already clinched its spot out of the Midwest. Creighton hoping to get the second spot. If they do, they're going to have to continue to have the offensive performance they have had the last couple of weeks, and that includes the reigning Big East Player of the Week, Aida Kardovic, scored twice last week, both on penalty kicks. The redshirt sophomore from Germany, part of an offensive explosion for the Blue Jays over the last couple of weeks, and the big reason why Creighton has won 4 in a row and given themselves a chance at their first Big East tournament since 2012. Offense has not been the issue for much of the season for the Bulldogs on the other side, including Anya Savage, preseason first team All Big East, 7 goals on 15 points, second best in the conference, and she is a perfect 7 of 7 converting in shots on goal so far this year. A team that has 14 different goal scorers and scored 4 times in a 4-0 win over Creighton when these two teams met back on March the 18th. Again, Butler already knows they will be in the Big East Championship tournament coming up next week. Creighton hopes to get there with a win on the road today. Lineups and kickoff come your way next here in the Big East Digital Network.
As Bulldogs, we believe in the Butler way, in doing more than our best, in putting team above self, and unleashing our strengths for the greater good. We're selfless. We're united. We're unwavering. Now more than ever.
Getting set for the kickoff of this one. Two teams, arguably in two different directions in terms of the trajectory. For Butler, already can have grasped a spot in the postseason and hoping that today is the springboard of what will be a deep postseason run with the beginning of the Big East tournament coming up next week. Again, this year with the push of a fall sport into the spring. 2 different divisions, both of these teams playing in the Midwest. There you see, because of Butler's 5-1 record in the conference, 8-1 overall. They are already the top seed. Georgetown, by the way, has clinched the top seed on the other side, but there are a lot of games going around the Big East today that have postseason implications, including this one. Creighton, which will get in with a multitude of different scenarios. The one that they can control is getting a victory here today. That would get the second seed out of the Midwest. They could get some help from Xavier, which still has to play 2 more in the Midwest coming up today and into the weekend. But we mentioned 2 teams maybe arriving at this juncture at different sort of emotional thresholds of this year. Butler was shot out of a cannon to begin the year. In fact, they scored 3 or more goals in each of their first 7 games of this season and have mustered just 1 goal. It came at the very, very end of the second overtime in a road win in their last time out. That was at Marquette back on March the 28th. Meanwhile, for Creighton, losers of their first 4, they have won 4 straight, outscoring opponents in that stretch of play by a margin of 8-2, including a big win at Marquette in overtime, their first in the Big East in several years, and then at home against DePaul to get them into this position to win and get into the postseason today for the first time in some 9 seasons. We are underway here in the Selleck Bowl. The wind is gusty. We expect weather in the area. In fact, the chance of rain and thunderstorms this afternoon. So the wind blowing on your screen from right to left. So Butler with the breeze advantage to begin, which is always a factor here in this low-level Selleck Bowl at Butler University. Savage pushing up front as Creighton looks to connect a few passes through the middle. Again, we highlighted Kardovich off the top. She does not start. Skylar Heinrich does. She's at the front of the offense for Creighton and trying to create a little havoc off of that giveaway. Okay, the second meeting between these two teams this year. Butler had no trouble in a 4-0 win. That came back in the middle of March, although all 4 of those goals came after a scoreless first 45 minutes. Throw in for the Bulldogs deep in their defensive territory with Amanda Kowalski to trigger. Savage will cover a lot of ground, physical player. Kowalski will drop back. Butler has found some great offense this season, but that giveaway. Chance, chip forward. Heinrich trying to get to it. Good skill there, flipping it across. No one back post for the moment, and cleared. There's Savage again using that frame. Goes back to Gaynor. Gaynor giveaway in the middle. Heinrich nearly got to it. Kowalski, good skill there. She's got open turf. Trying to connect forward, but a long run out and a good read. Keelan Terrell in goal, as she has been for all but 1 of the 8 matches this season for the Blue Jays. Through ball hits a bit of the breeze. Good deep run. Aaliyah Dean back to preseason goalkeeper of the year for Butler, Stephanie Rodriguez, who already has 14 career shutouts. That's 3rd most in Butler history for the redshirt junior. That ball out last off a boot of those in blue. Savage can't get it down. Santana worked it through to Atkinson, but she was dispossessed. Now a run out. Allie Leonard. And that cleared out for a deep throw for Butler. And the Bulldogs, 34 goals scored this year, but they have had just 1 in their last 2 trips. Fitness will not be an issue today for the Bulldogs. They had a game against Xavier lost last weekend due to COVID protocols within the Musketeers program. So they have not played since March the 28th. That was that double overtime win, game winner coming from Katie Soderstrom. She's calling for it in the box. Ball just in front of her toe, but it's cleared out. First corner of the match belongs to Butler. Good timing there. Soderstrom calling out for it from Kowalski. And the defense for the Blue Jays could only muster it out. Soderstrom will take it, inward swinging left foot. Run was a little early. They try and look back post into the forehead, just missed. Kowalski was there unchecked, but just couldn't guide the header. Pretty good set piece there from Butler, running everybody up before Soderstrom delivered. That left everybody flat-footed, and then no one covering Kowalski on the back post. No real threat to Terrell in goal. And the first real scoring threat in the first 5 minutes belonging to Butler. Kowalski even got a headband on that one to warrant it as a first shot attempt of this match. Now room, right side, good run. Maybe a bit too fast by Maddie Radke forward, trying to connect with Heinrich. And Rodriguez, not just sure-handed in goal, but big leg. Really utilize her out of the back. Again, a Butler team that it was officially last season, but feels almost like 2 years ago, that fall 2019 season. Just did so much impressively defensively. They lost first team All Big East performer Annika Schmidt. She was an absolute freight train to handle on the back line for Butler. But a number of young offensive players, including Savage, who was a second teamer, have turned this into a much stronger offensive team for a team that was third in the Big East and looking for a little bit more when the postseason gets going coming up next week. Radke, good inner step. That one flips dangerously over. Headed back by Santana, but no real threat to the Butler defense. Johnson crossing, Grimaldi. Good hesitation around Soderstrom. Big frame of Christina Garriga. Spaniard connecting with Heinrich. She'll flip it on Rodriguez and no challenge.
I didn't have a bad angle on that save.
And the wind at their back, those long balls will work much more effectively for Butler, and now they've got room to operate. Kowalski waited for that ball to settle down, now trying to connect through to Savage. That's just a little bit too far in front. And that midfield pressing forward for Butler. There's an opportunity there for the Blue Jays. Heinrich gotten behind for a second, but what good play by Caitlin O'Malley. A lot to like from that freshman. Anchoring the middle of that Butler defense. Just a subtle little heel flip there. If she doesn't get that ball, Heinrich could be dancing in. Dean works around a couple. They say play on, some contact behind the play. Savage trying to get there. Will get it outside to Kowalski. Now white jerseys pressing forward. Kowalski gets in. Dangerous moment here and just flips it. Terrell right there. One more touch. She had both Soderstrom and Savage with only one defender trying to check both of them. th save of the year for Keelan Terrell. Butler wants that opportunity back. And just incredible growth by Creighton through the course of this season. A team that has 22 underclassmen, just 3 seniors and 4 juniors for head coach Ross Pauley. And the future all of a sudden becoming now the way that this team has played over the last month. Started with a 3-0 get healthy first win of the year at home against Marquette on March the 21st, and this team has not looked backwards since. Really, the kick in the pants came from Butler. It was that 4-0 drubbing at home. And then ever since then, an undefeated spurt to give this team a chance at the second spot out of the Midwest region. That one deflected off the foot of Allie Leonard. That one rings the bell of Julia Leonard. She hobbled a bit. I think more lost a cleat or lost her footing, but our referee, just seeing that little bit of a misstep, Noah Matos immediately calls and says, look, you've got to go get checked out. Trying to protect the player. Leonard doesn't know why. I completely understand what Matos saw. It may have been just a
Bulldog substitution, number 20, Peyton Black for 6.
More a coincidental fact that right after taking a hot shot off of the head that you kind of halfway tripped, but going to put Leonard through the test on the sideline. That allows Peyton Black to come in. Ten minutes in, just one shot so far between these two teams. It was a Kowalski flick on net about 2 minutes or so ago. Played back through Terrell. And kicking, punting back into that breeze. That ball fluttered up against a big gust. And now Leonard quickly off the Butler bench. She passed all the tests. Hops through everybody. And O'Malley settling things down. You mentioned losing Annika Schmidt and what she did in the back of that defense. Kind of see a lot of similar potential qualities, the length and size of O'Malley on the backside for Butler. Again, there's been room on the right side for Kowalski to get to work. Flips forward and Creighton recovering back on D. Kowalski quick trigger. Soderstrom dancing. She got inside position, wiggles that one through. Savage tried to heel flip it forward, but just didn't have the foundation to do much with strength on net. She gets that one back. Left foot drive, and that's all it takes. Butler on the board. Anya Savage, her 8th. Well, the first time didn't have much underneath her for the heel flip, but gets in the right place. One step. Megged it right underneath Atkinson, and there was no chance at Terrell back post. The dominant leg. And the 8th goal of the season is the first of the game. And now Creighton will have to play catch up. That is a huge goal for Butler to get on the board early after having struggled over their last couple of times out to net something and then play with an advantage. So Savage, who entered the day second in the Big East in goals scored this year, her 8th. And a near perfect start for the Bulldogs in their final regular season match here in the Selleck Bowl. Fine play by Dean. Double there, and Dean fighting through a lot of contact. Taken away by Santana. She dribbles it forward. Heinrich with it, had some space. Gets inside one defender. Dangerous spot here, through some traffic. Dean sacrificing the body. And off of that shot by Garinga. Radke, that one hooked dangerously across. Atkinson with room. Behind Santana, and a pretty simple giveaway there. Butler can connect some long pieces here with this 15-20 mile an hour breeze at their back. Haven't really used it as much to twist the field in this one. Savage now. Gonna dump forward. Long run. Grimaldi's gonna watch it go out. And again, that's a product of the breeze really pushing that one forward. .35th goal of the year for Butler. Again, continues to lead the Big East. Looking to add to it here. Good two-player action there, but that ball red chased out, not kept in. Throw for the Bulldogs. Savage padding her position on second in goals in the Big East. Now 2 clear of third. Gia Vicari of Georgetown with 9 of them this year. And a part of a big day of soccer here in the Big East, with a lot of postseason spots still on the line. Start for Creighton. A bit distressing, but again, there are some factors that even with a loss today could get them into the postseason. That ball just hangs, the wind holding it on that end line. Given back, but now a chip forward. Heinrich trying to get there, but Dean, too tall, got in the way of that ball. And Xavier, which entered today 2-3 in the Midwest, could win out and make things difficult because of a sweep this year of the Eagles by Creighton. Even if Marquette were to win at Xavier coming up in a couple of hours' time and Creighton were to lose, they would have that tiebreaker. So they're just trying to avoid Xavier sweeping through 2 matches at home today and then at home against DePaul coming up on Sunday. Love to control your own postseason fate, especially when you're a team. You've got nobody on this roster that's played in the Big East Women's Soccer Tournament. Chance to start a legacy here with only 4 teams making the postseason here in this 2020 season, which will officially be known. Heinrich just missed spinning that one in, trying to connect something to Garriga. And the forwards for Butler that have been pinned back for a while, looking for a run. What a run there by Kowalski to keep that ball in play. That one won't get through the back line of blue. Heinrich leaves it. Atkinson. Take patience. Atkinson again with room to work. They've had a long-range shot. Instead, Heinrich with space to that left foot. Good read in the air. That one dribbled wide. That was going to be a tough read for Rodriguez, but O'Malley came in with the head to deny that shot. Active few minutes in response to the goal scored against them for Creighton as they've run it up to 4 shots, one of them now on goal. They've outshot opponents in this little stretch, including 36-13 in their last 2 wins at Marquette and DePaul. 18-3 the differential in shots on goal. So Creighton has done a really good job of just limiting opportunities for opponents and giving themselves more and more opportunities on the offensive end. They're going to have to do that here in the final 26 if they're going to get an equalizing goal in the first half. Leah Hoynes in for the first time for Creighton. Good recognition on the reversal. Kowalski, good speed too. Couldn't connect, not on the same page with Soderstrom, who wanted it out wide. Good piece there. Soderstrom. That was a lot more dangerous in the air. She thought that that ball was deflected. Was asking for a corner, won't get it. Take a look at the two-headed coaching duo. Terry St. John, Rob Allman, what a pair they are. Co-head coaches. Terry, the longer tenured of the two in that title. Again, in an odd scheduled year where you have these two divisions because of travel and all the protocols and everything, it's just much easier to just get a handful of games in with this divisional alignment. There'll be a lot of interested observers coming up at the Big East Women's Soccer Championship to see Butler against the Georgetowns of the sport. They will be the top two seeds coming up when the Big East tournament kicks off next week. Georgetown 7-0-1 in the East. Connecticut trying to hold on to the final spot out of the East. They are playing Georgetown at home later this afternoon. If they were to lose that game, then Providence, which hosts St. John's just an hour later this afternoon, with a win, could leapfrog the Huskies and take that second postseason spot.
Bulldog substitutions, number 10, Alana Wood. For 22, Allie Leonard. Number 20, Peyton Black. For 7, Anya Savage. Number 4, Abigail Isker. For 8, Morgan Boosterman. And 16, Gretchen Skoglund. For 21, Justina Gainer.
Long run, new personnel, 4 of them out there for Butler. Isger trying to run it down, couldn't get all the way there. So Savage with the goal. Came 10-minute mark of this opening half. She sits with Gretchen Skoglund. Now at the point of the Butler attack. Over the top of Skoglund. Butler now having some good look, controlling possession. No foul whistled there. Hard defense. Maddie Radke taking Alana Wood to the ground. A lot of whistles early. They have let them play. Ball spins down in a hurry. Sat like a wedge shot in golf. Backhands that breeze. Good skill there, Taylor Crow. And now that ball through. Hoynes, good leave. Atkinson couldn't do something with it. Wood, oh, good connection forwards. Skoglund there, dancing, beautiful skill, and just couldn't connect one more time to get it to her right foot. Skoglund with 4 goals this year. Typically that next charging forward off there, pretty nifty footwork to get that ball down, but then just couldn't wait for the cavalry to come. 14 different goal scorers this year for Butler. To put that into perspective, you got Savage, who has 8 goals. It's not just you're just lining up a bunch of players that are getting 1 goal or so apiece. You've got 4 different players that have 4 or more this year. And your opponent on the other side for Creighton has scored just 9 goals total. That's how good the offense has been this year for Butler. Kowalski drives it out wide. Late run to get to that ball, but it's kicked out, and it will be a corner. Got it off the foot of a defender before that ball got to the end line. Second quarter for the Bulldogs. Soderstrom. That one low. Terrell got a mitt on it. Dangerous few moments, headed through. No quick turn. Isger couldn't get it through the wall, and it ricochets out. Butler still with the possession. Their service in. Terrell. Hard to handle that ball. Gets up. No breeze at all. It's just an easy play for the goalie, but as that ball started to come down, the wind working it back towards the frame of that net. It's a double breaker in the air. Ball that starts out hooking and then is cutting back at the goalie when it gets to her gloves. Fresh front line for Butler, really making life difficult in the back line for Creighton. So the Blue Jays will sub that ball out for a Creighton throw-in.
Creighton substitution, number 11, Michaela
Going to find Heinrich behind. Did not catch the Butler defense sleeping. Dean safely back to Rodriguez. And at least allows Creighton to flip the field for the moment. Butler has really valued possession deep down into the defense, even with the wind at their back. It's been the right play, especially here in the growing minutes of that one. That touch just a bit too strong. A good sprint down with the fresh legs by Wood to keep it in. Wood run into by Radke. A couple of times that she's been bumped, and now a late delay with the referee playing advantage. Now with the breeze, this is a dangerous set piece here for Butler, but Wood will go quickly. Isger has to run that ball down the line and got out. And then she's taken down hard. That'll be a foul against Creighton. Radke insistent that ball got all the way over the line. Bang, bang. I would tend to agree with her when I saw it live, but they're slow motion, I'm not sure. Maybe Kowalski. Butler looking for a 2-goal edge. Wind will help this ball hook. It hooks hard, back post, dangerous one headed out. That'll be another corner for Butler. Hoynes 5'11", one of the tallest on the pitch for Creighton, able to go up and win that one in the air. Butler has some size, but without the 5'10" frame of Savage, it's not a lineup right there that it's going to have a dominant one in the air. That one knuckled down. Got to the boot. That was, I'm not sure if that was by design off of Soderstrom's foot or not, but either way, it was a lot more dangerous than you thought off the kick. Peyton Black just couldn't ricochet it low enough. Giveaway. Good skill by Butler. They're just sort of flexing their depth right now with this second unit up front. really owning possession here in the second 15 minutes or so of this first half. Good aggressive run by Abigail Isger, forcing that quick decision to kick it away. Isger retreats to a soft spot. Leonard. Kowalski got the half step, but ran into Atkinson, who held her ground. Ball a little too low and left, but right to the boot of Wood. She has it taken away. Heinrich still out there looking for a sprint here, but Wood comes back to clean pick her. And a whistle there. Leonard caught the toe. Blue Jay. Grimaldi wants to send it deep, but again, against this breeze, pretty good job to get it down there. Flip forward. And good use of the body. Dean denying Heinrich long enough to allow Rodriguez to make the play. Right idea, but Skoglund flipped it off the back of her boot, and now open space. Santana. Pass. Ill-advised. Good connection here. Isger, really good idea, but couldn't look behind her. Skoglund about a second late from that being a really nice little connection of 3 passes. Great slide from Kowalski to slow down the Blue Jay attack.
Substitution for the Blue Jays, number 99, Keely Fothergill, for 23, Abigail Santana.
Fothergill in for the first time. Hit into a wall there. That forced a wild play from Peyton Steffen behind. Spins up against the breeze. Wood trying to get there. Bigger frame of Radke making it difficult, but a great flip behind by Wood. She wants it back, gets to her feet. Now she tries to deliver it, and will settle for a throw. Butler waiting to sub in, and will. Kowalski will get her first breather of the day.
Substitution for your Bulldogs, 28, Gabby Smith, for 5, Amanda Kowalski.
Gabby Smith in. She's at the top of the box. And a takedown there. Radke again gets called for a foul, setting up another free kick from just outside the box. Butler going quickly, and now Isger backs off. Wall needs to back up. Now ready for play. Isger, good low swinger. But Terrell was on the spot for it and yielded instead to Jordy Rothwell, who deflected it away. Outside of the one giveaway, it's been impressive. The back line for Creighton's defense, we talked about how good they have played over the last month or so. Their ability so far in this match to connect through to the midfield and work the ball up the field has been there. 4-4 total shots in this one. Just one deflection. Right spot, right time. Anya Savic got her left leg in the way. The ball caromed right into a perfect spot for her to one time it on goal for the only score. That came 11:06 into this first half. The second leading goal scorer in the Big East. Leonard with the foul, delay called there after advantage was lost. Now Atkinson, really good with space in the middle. Hoynes. And the flag was up. It wasn't Hoynes, but I believe it was Fothergill behind her that was off on that pass in. She skies up to control it to Radke. Hoynes. Won't get all the way through, but right back to Hoynes. She's got space. That one deflected and will be a corner for Creighton. Rodriguez was already moving. I'm not sure if that ball doesn't get deflected, how challenging of a save it would have been. We'll never know as that one got off the head of a defender. And the first corner of this half now for Creighton. Ansley Atkinson, who has an assist, one of two, or I should say three, multi-goal scorers this year for Creighton. A real threat for Butler there as they try and push away. Skoglund came all the way in from her forward spot to head that one out. Now Heinrich. Tough drive through. That one controlled for a second. Spin and wielding shot goes over the bar. Kayla Wiest nearly able to turn blind on this one. Just caught that one a little bit high on the bounce. A real good look there for Creighton to level it up here in the first half. All set up with the hustle on the outside by Heinrich, who has gone the full allotment here in this opening half. Sophomore from Omaha, didn't leave home. And that pass connected through, but it's a little bit inside of her.
Correct. Butler substitution, 17, Claire Farrington. For 23, Aaliyah Dean.
Crow hard ball forward. Skoglund did a great job to settle that ball. Great first touch. Skilly there from Gabby Smith, now trying to fight her way through. Inadvertently took that one maybe off the shoulder. Creighton controls it down for the moment. He'll be out for a Creighton throw. 6 minutes to go here in this opening half. Blue Jays looking to draw even, and now the rain starts to fall a bit at the Selleck Bowl. Intermittent showers of a sideways drizzle coming down. Bright spot for Creighton as they will play with that breeze in the second half. That one deflecting forward, the wind might hold it in. That one gets over the inline for a goal kick. Nice little heel touch forward, but Scovelin wasn't ready for the full run. Butler pinning its ears back. Understanding it's going to be a 5-minute onslaught here until the halftime locker room. Great movement of speed there by Heinrich. Just kind of fell in her tracks, lulled the defender to sleep, and just couldn't connect on that clean cross through the box. That ball stayed in. No one wanted to play it, expecting it to go out. He's taking another look. Heinrich, well, that was a good look, but maybe just skipped a bit too hard on her back across the box, trying to connect with Fothergill. Giveaway in the middle, right back by the Bulldogs. Plenty of time here first half to try and connect. Heinrich again with room. She's got two behind her. Patient, good leave, one touch. And a good win on the back line defensively for Butler. Hoynes got there. She stays down on the turf. Now slowly back up to her feet. You can get a quick glance as to who that was. It looked like it may have been Peyton Black who pushed forward. Got to that ball by a split second, but that was a great lead by Heinrich. Hoynes is maybe a half second away from knotting up the score. Black again, a physical win, but this time she's called for it. And a wave of the hand towards the referee. She didn't like that call. But she'll take a foul at midfield after the win moments ago. And the best defensive moment for Butler here in this first half. Wood, good use of the body. She gets tripped up a little bit, and the whistle blows. Very often you see the lights on for a noon kick inside the Selleck Bowl, but they've been on the entire way. Gray skies now turning to rainy skies. Good strength by Hoynes, turning it over. Heinrich didn't know that the defense had two back behind her. That was a good hesitation to try and go get that ball. Radke, good decision to try and patiently reverse this ball. They do. Grimaldi. Wanting something in. Hoynes is going to get there, but she was offside. Didn't get much of a forehead on it either. Great step forward by Claire Farrington, freshman defender from Australia. Caught Hoynes behind the line by about a step. Creighton's going to likely go to the halftime locker room with the advantage in shots. 6-4 right now on the board. 2-1 though, the Bulldogs, the advantage in shots on goal. Rodriguez appears content to milk as much as possible. She walks it out to the 18. Couple of good connections there.
Copy that.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
And there'll be no more action the rest of this first half. But a good start for Butler, trying to build momentum going into next week's postseason. Creighton's hopes of joining them in the postseason a little bit darker than they were before this game started, but just 45 minutes in, still a lot of time. Butler, which did not score in the first half in this previous meeting, in a 4-0 win at Creighton, had no problem scoring the early going. Just 11 minutes in, Anya Savage, her 8th of the year. That's the lone goal of the first half. 1-0 Bulldogs at the break here at the Selleck Bowl.
As Bulldogs, we believe in the Butler way, in doing more than our best, in putting team above self, and unleashing our strengths for the greater good. We're selfless. We're united. We're unwavering. Now more than ever.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
As Bulldogs, we believe in the Butler way, in doing more than our best, in putting team above self, and unleashing our strengths for the greater good. We're selfless. We're united. We're unwavering. Now more than ever.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
As Bulldogs, we believe in the Butler way, in doing more than our best, in putting team above self, and unleashing our strengths for the greater good. We're selfless. We're united. We're unwavering. Now more than ever.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
As Bulldogs, we believe in the Butler way, in doing more than our best, in putting team above self, and unleashing our strengths for the greater good. We're selfless. We're united. We're unwavering. Now more than ever.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
As Bulldogs, Bulldogs, we believe in the Butler way, in doing more than our best, in putting team above self, and unleashing our strengths for the greater good. We're selfless. We're united. We're unwavering. Now more than ever.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
As Bulldogs, we believe in the Butler way, in doing more than our best, in putting team above self, and unleashing our strengths for the greater good. We're selfless. We're united. We're unwavering. Now more than ever. As Bulldogs, we believe in the Butler way, in doing more than our best, in putting team above self, and unleashing our strengths for the greater good. We're selfless. We're united. We're unwavering. Now more than ever.
Nearing the start of the second half here inside the Bud and Jackie Selleck Bowl, final regular season matchup of the year in Big East women's soccer for Butler and Creighton. Both of them hoping that the postseason is in their sights next week. Butler knows they will be in the Big East women's soccer championship. Creighton hoping it's one of those lucky 4 teams. They've got some work to do in the second half if they are to show that they can make it on their own merits. If not, it will be a nervous wait through the rest of the weekend. Take a look at your halftime stats. Creighton with the advantage on shots. Butler, though, 2-1 on goal in terms of that one. And we're the more aggressive teams, although the possession numbers ended up leveling out at about 50-50 for both sides. It was a very balanced first half, just one good bounce onto the left foot of the most dominant scorer in this game, Anya Savage, proving to be the difference for Butler through the first 45 minutes. But Creighton will get the win here in the second half. Here's that break. Savage, just right place, right time, got that left foot back and then was able to connect. That came about 10 seconds after she'd had a really good look but just couldn't get her feet underneath her. There was no trouble there. Her 8th goal of the year. That is the second most of any player in Big East women's soccer this season. Will it be enough? That is a difficult question to ask as we get set for the second half of action. I mentioned those 6 shots. They were spread amongst 5 different players for Creighton. Skylar Heinrich, who is their best offensive player, had 2 of them. The only player with multiple shots. She played all 45 minutes of that opening half as well. And you have to imagine with her speed and her craftiness in the open field, and now with the wind at her team's back, they may try and connect a couple of times over the top. And what Butler defensively will try and do in the final 45 minutes to preserve this. Again, Butler coming in on a bit of a skid. They had lost their only match of the season 2 starts ago against DePaul. Let's take another look at the goal, the only goal in this match from Anya Savage. And then an overtime winner over Marquette. So getting an early goal for Butler just 11 minutes and 6 seconds into the first half was oh so important to the Bulldogs to just get a good positive offensive start after the Big East's leading offense had been held somewhat in check over its last 2 times out. And again, we mentioned the Bulldogs with fresh legs, having not played since all the way back on March the 28th, emptied the bench in that first half. In fact, 6 different players came off of Terry St. John and Rob Allman's bench in the first 45 minutes. That was punctuated in the final 10 or so minutes by an increasing shower. That shower has almost moved through the area. We may be somewhat dry in the sky the rest of the way as it's just a light mist to begin this second half. They immediately go to work trying to find Heinrich deep the other way. She elects to play that one and keep it in. That allows Tiller to fire it towards the box, and skying through, Garriga just couldn't get upstairs to put a head on it. So some 20 seconds into this second half, and already the Blue Jays come out flying. It will be a nervous second half for Butler unless the Bulldogs can find an insurance goal. And the wind is a factor from right to left on your screen. Bulldogs had it in the first, didn't really help them to dominate possession, but certainly with the edge on the top of the scoreboard. Garriga dispossessed. Soderstrom up ahead. Savage giving pursuit, couldn't get all the way back. Rothwell, Grimaldi. Savage, nice drop forward, good leave. Soderstrom, left foot, eyed it. Terrell had to make a sure-handed grab at that one. First shot on goal for the junior from Carmel, just up the road here from Central Indiana. Good control down, nice touch. Soderstrom collects. What's she gonna do here? She's trying to win the race to the corner. It's gonna get there and earn a corner as that ball was touched out by Grimaldi. Skies brighten for a moment, and now a bit of a rain shower again. This will help the ball hook. Outward bending shot if they want it. Instead it will be Soderstrom with the left foot. Try and inward it. And this will hold up against the breeze. Ball dangerously through. That one may have caught a hand inadvertently of Atkinson coming up. Another one centered, no. Kicked forward, and Terrell, no real threat there from Peyton Black. Off of her left boot.
Sorry about that. I can't see what I'm filming. I hope I was on the ball.
Creighton clears, but just for the moment. Pressure again of Butler's front line. Again, Savage at the top of that offense, but then they really call a lot on Soderstrom when Kowalski is out there. Cover a lot of ground, create a lot of havoc and pressure up top. Foul whistled against the Bulldogs. And Creighton looking for some offensive rhythm after threatening in the very first couple of touches of this half. First time they've operated down here inside 30 yards out. Good read on that ball. Savage, take her time. Beautiful find out wide. Soderstrom trying to go through two defenders. Great defense, great footwork, but Tiller couldn't then connect with it. A couple of players left flat-footed here. Hard tackle, foul given by Peyton Black. Timeout whistled. Looked to be that Radke who is knocked down to the turf and stays down. Just gotten the wind knocked out of her. And it is freshman from Parker, Colorado, reigning Big East defender and freshman of the week. Part of this lineup with 22 of the 27 players on Ross Pauly's roster are underclassmen. It's been a very exciting month for this Blue Jays program, and could punctuate it here. That's dangerously in. Rodriguez could only punch it forward. Won the race against Garriga to get to that ball, but I mean by a millisecond. Now Radke appears to be no worse for wear, but great defense from Butler. Allie Leonard danced around a couple of would-be Blue jerseys, and that one gets through. Soderstrom. Boy, if she can find a way to get to it, Kowalski was running completely unchecked down the opposite side, but great defense by the Blue Jays to slow down that sprint. Gainer just peering through that windy mist. The ball gets kicked out, should be a corner. Now they're gonna give a goal kick. Looked to be pretty close to last touching a Blue Jay. Just off the heel of Allie Leonard. Bench asking Leonard to go challenge Terrell in goal. Heinrich now with it. She's got some numbers, a little bit too firm on the touch out wide. It's a long run. Tiller. By Steffen. There's a step in there and gets called for the foul. She can't believe it. Stepped on the top toe. Savage has slid back to help with a little bit more midfield possession. Butler has slid Soderstrom up top in this offense. Dean. Flip back forward, Garriga giving pursuit. Opportunity for Creighton to try and squeeze a little bit here. Deep throw for Butler. Back against the wind. Black trying to body through a few. Turned out. Throw for Creighton. It's going to top spin forward. Staying for a moment. Savage trying to get free. Kicks forward, long run. Soderstrom is going to get there, but bumped just a bit and deflects into the box for Terrell to be able to handle. Those are some of the more difficult runs for a defender to make. Handled with real class there. On the back end. Atkinson now with it. That was Jordy Rothwell, by the way, who ran with Soderstrom and just got her body in enough. Get that ball back without committing a foul. That one tries to get in. Good touch to the outside. Heinrich with a moment, but right at Rodriguez. It is going to be a nervous half. Great recognition by Garriga to control that. Heinrich just couldn't get enough separation with that right leg to try and do something special with that ball. Second shot on goal of the match. Both of them have come off of the foot of Heinrich. They're looking for a here, but that ball squibs into the box and Rodriguez will run it down. Creighton calling for more ball pressure up against that Butler back line, forces a giveaway here. Tiller. Physical play, and Tiller commits the foul as Kowalski took a tumble. For Savage. Ball's going to get out before Butler Jr. could get there.
Substitution for Creighton, number 11, Michaela Weiss. For 2, Maddie Radke.
Ball stays in. Let the physical play continue through much of this match. Dean got a foot on that one, but cleared out. Heinrich wanted to go underneath it. O'Malley got it. Now a long run forward. That will skip through and around. Good steady play. Just for a moment. Taylor Crow playing it back to her keeper. Buying some time as those in white sprint back in defense. Heinrich trying to get inside. Kowalski did for a minute. That knuckles through. Savage looking forward. Allie Leonard left it back. Savage there to clear. Soderstrom. Butler looks a little bit fatigued after we ran back on defense just valuing possession for the moment, take their shape again. Savage left up to no one. Atkinson overrun there by Gaynor. They're getting BEDN with the foul. Standing about 30 yards out of the goal here with the breeze. One rides down low through it. Atkinson was there, deflects off of her boot. Will get all the way out for a Butler throw. I think Ainsley Atkinson expected that ball to get past the defense. Be a corner. Second corner of the match for Creighton, knocking on the door. He had a shot on goal here in the first 14 minutes of this second half. Atkinson, outward swinger, gets through one. And a big collision. And the whistles blow. They're going to bring both training staffs on. That was looked like a head-to-head collision in the air. Leah BEDN, I think, got the worst of it for Butler. She finally comes to her feet, and then watch this in the air. Got over the top of the first couple of jumps, and then BEDN there colliding in the back of the head, taking a shot. Sophomore will
substitution for Butler. Number 10, Alana Wood. For 23, Aaliyah BEDN.
Left side of her head. Running in, Jordy Rothwell. Got a healthy hit to the backside, and we've seen a couple of times already today, very quick on the recognition of contact to the head. Noah Matos, our referee, blowing the whistle to bring the training staff out. A real challenge off of that corner by Creighton, looking for an equalizer here in the second half. And Butler has scored more than one goal in 6 of its 9 matches this season. As we alluded to at the top, it has been harder to come by goal scoring. And again, there were some lopsided non-conference competitions early in the season, an 8-0 win against UIndy, Division II program here in town, and 9-2 win over Marion, NAIA program based in Indianapolis. So Butler certainly racked up some goals before getting into Big East play, but have put 3 on the board
for the Blue Jays
against DePaul.
Number 7,
back-to-back
Leah
matches where they
Pointed.
netted 4
For 17,
goals
Christina
in the Big East against
Garriga.
Xavier, and then against these same
And for your
Blue Jays.
Bulldogs, number 28, Tammy Smith. For 21, Justina Gaynor.
There's 2 goals scored in their last 3 outings. Would love a second one here. They're under attack. Grimaldi just couldn't get that one, and Ross Pauley yelling from the bench, it's got to get somewhere on target. Wild shot from the sophomore from Kansas City. Header by Crow. Got up into that breeze. Tough slide. No whistle, they play on. Black is still down, or I should say, Alana Wood is still down behind the play. Now room to operate for Kowalski. Takes her time. Decent idea on that ball through, but better read by Steffen to come in and close down the lane. Heinrich wants it out wide. Tiller elected to go middle with it. Slow developing Fothergill. White jerseys converging, and that one finally kicked out before a Creighton throw. Butler will sub 2 in here.
Substitution
Dead ball.
for the Blue
Savage
Jays, 23,
leaves,
Abigail
as does
Santana.
Allie
For 99, Keely Fothergill.
Santana back in
And
for
for
the
your
first time in
Bulldogs,
the
number
second
16,
half
Gretchen
for
Skoglund. For 7,
Creighton. She'll
Anya
go to
Savage.
final 27,
And
you would
4,
expect,
Abigail
with
Isker.
Fothergill
For 22,
down.
Allie Leonard.
Butler with that second line up front now with Isger, Skoglund back on the pitch. Touch a bit too gentle, that one a bit too firm as Creighton couldn't put it together. And a goal kick for Butler. Kowalski waited a second to dance away with it, somehow split 2 defenders. All was scrambling there, turned it around. Ball caroms out, Johnson. Good turn there. Atkinson looking for room, chips forward, just couldn't get it over the frame of Klosterman. Tiller dancing. Good read by Kowalski to issue it out for another throw. Atkinson got inside 2 defenders. O'Malley almost whiffed at that clear and finally sent out for just for a moment. Rothwell resetting, reversing. Will drive it through, looking for Heinrich on a run. Really pinned back here, but you feel like the way this possession is sort of pulled out here for Creighton, you're just waiting for a counter. Butler's got fresh legs up top. They turn the field. See the eyes there. Crow is looking for that delivery, but so hard against this breeze. Now Isger. Couldn't settle that ball down, and Rodriguez will allow her defense to take a breath. Oh, good head forward. kept her balance. Isger trying to get deep. That ball's going to hold up in the air, but spins backward for Rothwell to play for the moment. It's a nice turn, but had it poked away, and Atkinson slides it out for a Butler throw. Not a whole lot to talk about for the first 20 minutes of the second half. Creighton had probably its best look to equalize the score 20 seconds or so in. Been about it. Possession
Substitutions for your Bulldogs.
lived inside
Number 6,
the
Julia Leonard.
Butler
For
defensive
20,
half
Peyton
of
Black.
the field, but
And 9, Becky Dean. For number 2,
much like
Katie
this team,
Soderstrom.
his philosophy has been over the last several years building just a strong, fundamentally sound defensive back end that just have not surrendered many looks. Just 2 shots, one of them on goal for Creighton here in this second frame. Butler, meanwhile, has 2 shots of its own, including both of them being on goal here in this second half. Also very early, first 5 minutes of play. Creighton trying to reverse quickly here before the Butler midfielders can come back and tighten up that white wall. Great head forward, open piece of field. Dean's on for Butler, came in at the last substitution pattern. That one's going to skip through with the breeze. O'Malley didn't want to wait for that one to get to Rodriguez. Pretty nifty work there with the side of her foot to get it out wide. It stays in. Heinrich chips it forward. Hoynes settle it down. Nice through. May have had a chance there for Tiller to take a strike at it. Instead, she tried to heel pass it backwards. Good run. That ball just a bit too firm on the touch. Kloosterman couldn't get there. Foul whistled against Creighton. That was Butler to try and establish a little something on the attack. They have not been offensively minded over the last 15 minutes or so of game action. Kowalski takes her time to get over to this free kick. Radke will be subbed in the next opportunity for Creighton, their outstanding defender. An absolute scrum at the top of the box. Kowalski trying to get it there. It flutters against the breeze. Isger tried to settle it down. Butler a bit even matched behind, but the ball's not going to get there. Skoglund going to drive it in. We'll get it crossed, and that deflected back off of her for a goal kick.
Creighton substitution, number 2, Maddie Radke. For 11, Michaela Weiss.
Imagine we heard the final 19 and change. Atkinson, no chance for Grimaldi to get to that one. Now Butler gets to establish a bit of a residency in this half of the field. Tough takedown there. Kowalski, no whistle. Heinrich. Big gust of wind is going to take this ball all the way down. And again, O'Malley, freshman, so calm, but then Rodriguez gives it right back. Oh, great turn. Fires towards it, caught the chest, it looked like, of Wood. Out for a second, Atkinson driving, kicks it in, and we have the equalizer. Just one too many deflections, one too many opportunities, and Creighton levels it at a goal apiece. Ansley Atkinson with her third of the year. So much of that play set up by
in the 72nd minute of our match. Butler
got through a defender,
won.
kept the play alive, had one shot deflected, and then was able to settle it back again, find Atkinson, and the dream of a win and in postseason is much more of a reality now for Creighton. Under 20 to go in a tie game. How many times you see it? Not necessarily
into the match
first
to the
good look,
Bulldogs,
the second
17
good
Claire
look.
Farrington for 11 Taylor
The
Crow.
third opportunity when the defense is unable to clear. Atkinson just kind of camping out with so much of the attention on Hoynes. It's just a little bit too easy for her to be able to make it. Butler was just sitting back, accepting the score that was on the board, but this changed that. Look at that turn by Dean. Can she get to the ball? She won't. That is kicked out, should be a corner, and is. Nifty skill there from the sophomore Becky Dean on that 360, as Butler hopes to get back on the board right here and take the lead right back. Again, somewhat inconsequential game
Substitution for
from
your
a
Bulldogs. 15
standings
Julia
postseason
Gaynor
standpoint
for
for
5
Butler.
Amanda
The Bulldogs, we're
Kowalski.
starting to receive some votes in national polls, and with really limited opportunities to gain ranking points with postseason tournament upcoming, the championship will loom even larger for whoever gets the automatic berth from the Big East Conference. They're locked in as the #1 seed out of the Midwest, but really wanted to just gain momentum and carry it. This is a team they beat 4-0 a month ago and now tied 1-1 late. That one turns in, couple of heads around, trying to settle it down. Wise to the outside. Gaynor elected to play it out, now cleared by the Blue Jays. And that's going to get right to Heinrich. Now a one-on-one run, trying to get behind O'Malley. Lots of contact. She goes down, should be a foul, is a foul. Kloosterman with a long run, extended the left arm not once but twice and gets called for the yellow. You can see the one arm there, no foul. Probably some incidental contact there, but just made it too easy for
The
Ramos
official
to
has
make the
presented a
call.
yellow card to Butler, number 8, Morgan Kloosterman.
So Kloosterman with the yellow. Justified call there, no doubt. And now Atkinson, who leveled the score just a couple of minutes ago, could give Creighton its first lead off of this set piece from just outside the box. Rodriguez sets the wall again with the wind at her back. How it could impact this shot. Atkinson looking for two in a row, catches the top of the crossbar. Rodriguez had it pegged, but that ball was an inch or two down from being a really difficult play and perhaps the go-ahead goal. What a strike. Wood clears it out. Again, a Creighton win, and they are in. The Midwest participants in the Big East postseason take another couple of looks at this one. How close, and Atkinson knew it. Rodriguez's defense, she was right there. If that ball is just a bit lower, she probably has a chance to get a mid on it and punch it high. But a great strike by Atkinson. He called her number so many times in the first half, so impressive with space, controlling through the midfield. Certainly a well-rewarded goal here in the second half. No one kicked out for a goal kick. Final 15 here at the Selleck Bowl. It's also a match of particular interest for Xavier, who is about 20 minutes away from getting going in their match down the road in Cincinnati against Marquette. They would need to win that match and win on Sunday against DePaul if Creighton were to lose this match. If Creighton wins it outright, it does not matter. We'll get into the tiebreakers of a tie scenario coming up if that ends up being the case. Flight considerations with this game. This game was originally scheduled for a 1 o'clock Eastern kick. It was pushed back to noon because the flight out of town for Creighton's a pretty tight turn in what has been a wild and crazy season.
Blue Jays substitution, 99, Keely Fothergill. For 23, Abigail Santana. And 17, Christina Garriga. For number 7, Leah Hoynes.
Sacrifices in more ways than just normalcy for these teams. Preparation, comfort level. A wild year. Heinrich gets in the middle again. Great collision. She'll get called for the foul. Farrington took the brunt of that one. Made it interesting and forced Butler to just kick it out for a throw. Butler unable to connect a few passes here to get out of harm's way. Bulldogs will sub 2.
Substitution for Butler. 21, Justina Gaynor. For 28, Gabby Smith. Number 2, Katie Soderstrom. For 9, Becky Dean. And number 7, Anya Savage. For 10, Alana Wood.
Savage also back on. So Butler gets Soderstrom and Savage back on the field, trying to end this in regulation and not be forced into an overtime situation. It's too tough on that touch. Savage looking for a mistake, may have gotten one there. To play back to Terrell and look at Savage, full head of steam, going to make this one a bit challenging. Almost got there for a deflection. Punch forward, O'Malley, long chase. Heinrich is going to get inside of her. She said she didn't make contact with it. She did not. That's a goal kick for Creighton. Going to have everything on the line in this one. At 4-3. Punched out, long strike, is wide. There's a collision after that strike, and a Butler player down on the turf. Force a stoppage in play here. Soderstrom moves down. They're just taking an inadvertent cleat to the chest there. We mentioned Xavier needing those 2 wins. They're 2-3 overall. They need 2 wins just to match the win total for Xavier, I should say for Creighton. And what's working in Creighton's favor here is that even with a tie in this game, you can end up 4-3-1. The best Xavier can do is 4-3-0 with 2 wins this weekend. It may not matter because Savage off a great pass. You put the stars in. Soderstrom finds Savage her 2nd of the match, and Butler reclaims the lead. Tiebreaker scenarios, and they just kind of dribble it down the field. No one checking the most dominant offensive player on the field. Soderstrom with all sorts of green in front of her. That is as easy of a 1-2 connection as you will find.
Credit the Bulldog goal to number 7,
now
Anya
ties
Savage.
the top of the
On an
conference
assist
in
from
goals
number 2, Katie
this season.
Soderstrom. And in the 81st minute of our
relief
match, Butler 2, Creighton 1.
For Butler faithful in the stands. Under 10 to go. A 2-goal performance from the junior Anya Savage. And a really hard-fought, contested game from both teams in this one. Nothing has been easy, and then that right down the right side. Soderstrom, no real challenge, dribbled in, and then even just the fact that there was no resistance of her, but Savage, who was coming in unmarked as well. About as easy of a connection as you will find. Savage again, now 9 for 9 shots on goal, leading to goals this season. Butler coaching staff indignant over there that there was either a foul, maybe a handball on Soderstrom's attempted header, but that one will roll through for a goal kick. A deflating goal for Creighton too, which had fought its way back with the Atkinson equalizer here in the 2nd half. And we'll really have to empty the tanks here in the final 8 minutes. Try and force some more action. Settle it down. Creighton will sub for the quick re-entry. Santana back in.
Substitution for the Blue Jays, 23 Abigail Santana, for 26 Alexis Johnson.
Collision. Atkinson came away with it. Good recognition of where the ball was, but got walled off. Savage trying to get there quickly, forces a bad kick wide and gets an appreciative round of applause from her coaches. Okay, was probably never going to win that ball, but instead forced the giveaway. Soderstrom tried to heel it forward. Under 7 now for the Blue Jays. to draw even, or else they will become scoreboard watchers on the way back to Omaha and then again on Sunday. Touch forward. Soderstrom, and a little too strong on that touch. All sorts of room to the wide side, but against that breeze, nearly impossible for Gaynor to receive that ball. And now room to operate for Creighton. Heinrich called for it, and that pass is a little bit too far inside. Maybe could have come a bit earlier as well from Tiller. Hoynes poked out. Soderstrom buys time. Really only Savage and Soderstrom back. Remaining 8 in white, or stay 7 in white. That one's kicked out. Deep throw coming for Creighton. Tiller dancing in, trying to earn a corner. That one squibbed and stayed in play. Rodriguez scoops it up. Tiller comes up, favoring her left leg. That's a good ball up against the breeze. Poked out for a Butler throw. Bulldogs turn field. Bulldogs will sub. Gaynor out.
Bulldog substitution, number 9, Becky Dean. For 15, Celia Gaynor.
Savage turned a bit too quickly there. Butler using clock. Trying to hold on for its 9th victory in 10 matches this season. And have that momentum they wanted to build going into the Big East tournament next week. Big East women's soccer tournament. We played the campus of Providence. See the semifinals right here on the Big East Digital Network coming your way 1 week from tomorrow. Creighton wants so badly to be in that semifinal, make the postseason for the first time since 2012. Heinrich, beautiful stop on a dime, delivers it forward. Ball headed up, slowed for a second. That one kicked forward, Rodriguez right on top of it off of the right boot of Jordy Rothwell. Good initial header, but again, first goal from Creighton came from an ability to clear. Butler that time able to stay home. And a shove in the back from Rothwell. Under 3 to go. Butler with a chance to milk a bit more time. Savage in the 12th and 81st minute of this match. 8th and 9th goals of the year to tie at the top in the Big East this year in goals scored. may have thought that she was done playing in this game before Ainsley Atkinson scored in the 72nd minute to tie it up at 1 apiece. Butler goes back, Soderstrom with Savage up top. And really the only, I would say, full defensive breakdown that either team showed today. Soderstrom able to dribble down, find an unmarked Savage. Made it look easy for her second goal of the afternoon. What could be the game winner in 90 seconds time. Good hard defense by Butler trying to make it challenging moving forward, but a reversal here. Rothwell with room to operate. Waning moments. Creighton needs something special. Radke had it taken away and then commits the foul. Great defense on that right side. Gainer.
So 1 minute remaining. 1
30
minute.
seconds. As Wood sends it deep, Savage is going to chip it forward, may even get a chance to get back to this ball. Earns a throw. Butler will take its time. Creighton has to find a way to settle a ball. That's not going to do it out wide. And lazy throw here from Butler. Creighton's got 20 seconds. Heeled forward. Terrell's going to have to go quickly.
10, 9,
Middle of the field,
8,
volleyed about.
7, 6,
No run for Heinrich
5,
here. And Butler
4,
will enter
3,
the Big East
2,
tournament off of a
1.
momentum-building win. It took not one but 2 goals from Anya Savage to get it done. As the Bulldogs move to 9-1 overall, they'll finish with a 6-1 mark in the Midwest region, the Big East standings, and take that top seed out of the Midwest into the championship semifinals next Friday. And for Creighton, the wait now begins. They will start watching a game that is just about to be underway in Cincinnati between Xavier. If Xavier goes win-win this weekend, the Musketeers now with a chance to take the second seed. Creighton's going to need either a loss or a tie in those final 2 games from the Musketeers to guarantee that spot. But Savage, who entered the day as the second leading goal scorer in the Big East, got 1 in the first half. Atkinson with the equalizer here in the second half for Creighton. But when Butler needed it most, they got 1 miss here. And then Soderstrom, unguarded, Savage put it away. That's your game winner. Butler wins it 2-1. For our entire crew, I'm Will Haskett. So long from the Selleck Bowl. Butler wins it.
As Bulldogs, we believe in the Butler way, in doing more than our best, in putting team above self, and unleashing our strengths for the greater good. We're selfless. We're united. We're unwavering. Now more than ever.